Hey YouTube, NuggetsHoopster here, bringing you guys another video for the week. I didn't really have anything to do today because yesterday I went and play tested with some teammates and friends, and then today I was supposed to go to basketball, but then I just didn't want to, so yeah, not really much else to do. So I figured I would make like a YCS Chicago recap type video. So pretty much, I just want to first start off by saying, if you don't know already, the Infernities won the past jump, and they played, and then Omar from Canada was running that. He's on Team Card Masters, and then he went up against Billy Break, who was playing x-sabers. So from top 32, like over like 60% of the decks were x-sabers and like Infernities combined. So then like it was 15 decks were x-sabers, so that's like half, and then only 5 of them were Infernities. If I can recall correctly, it was Dale, Lazaro, Omar, and then one guy was running this really weird build with like Plague and Sangin, and then there was some other guy running Infernities as well. So pretty much I wanted to talk about like just kind of a general recap of like the decks and why I think Infernities won and why x-sabers did not win. So pretty much going into it, I think everybody expected x-sabers to win because like I said, obviously the majority of decks being played were x-sabers, so they had a good chance to win. But the reason why I thought that x-sabers would win, why I thought that Infernities were going to win, was because number one, the first jump that the Infernity deck came out, Stephen Harris got second with it. Stephen Harris is a really, really good player from New York, and he got second with the first time he played the deck, and those are very early stages of the build. So it's, I think Infernities are going to turn into kind of like Teledad, kind of, because I can remember the first jump that Teledad was being played, it didn't win, but GBs beat it. I think Stephen Harris actually won when he was playing GBs, and then Teledad just soon took over. And now I think the build that Dale Bolito and all the Canadian guys are running, I think that build of Infernities is pretty much like near to like the perfect build. There isn't really much else you can do with the deck, and they've made the side deck very effective against the cards being sided for it. Because Infernities are kind of like Lightsworn in the way that you side deck for the cards that people are going to side in against you. You don't really side deck for the meta. So I think that kind of explains like how broken they are. So yeah, that's just enough about Infernities. Now I'm going to talk about x-sabers a little bit. See, so it was kind of weird because there were like these two like sides. The Canadians were playing Infernities, and then the Texas people were playing Sabers. Like Ryan Spicer, Chris Bowling, Ryan Spicer, Billy Break, Augustin Herrera, and Austin Coleman. They all topped running a very similar build. They were running the Summoner Monk, Double Gold Sark, Thunder King build, which I thought was very effective for the meta to like keep up with decks like Infernity. Because running Gold Sark, pretty much if you could survive 2 turns against Infernities, then you would win right there. And then the Summoner Monk, the Summoner Monk's really good because you could, against Infernities, you summon the Summoner Monk and pitch for spell, summon out Thunder King, and there's not really much that the Infernity deck can do. So I thought that both of these builds were very innovative and very like close to being the perfect build that you would want to play for both of these decks. I'd say the Infernity deck is more close to being perfect because there isn't really that much you can do with the deck. Outside of like, do I want to run Upstart Goblin? Do I want to run 3 barriers? How much defensive traps to run? That's pretty much it. But the x-saber deck is still, it's still good after tweaking. You could maybe not run Monk, stuff like that. But it was just very interesting to see how there was one side playing one new version of this deck, the other side playing this version. So yeah, and then pretty much as the top 32 went on, the number of Infernities decks slowly got down to like 1, and that was Omar playing it. And Number one, I just want to say that I thought that Omar and Billy Breaker, like, I think they're both very, very good players. I don't, like, discredit either of them for what they did. In top four, Omar played Gary Maya. There we go. That's how you say it. And he was running x-sabers, and his x-saber build was kind of weird too. He was running like double pastoral, oppression. I don't know, just weird stuff. Yeah. So Gary, I thought had a pretty cool build, but I mean, I'm not really sure that he was maybe the best player. So that might have been part of his problem against Omar, because I think playing Infernities and also going against it both requires a pretty good amount of skill. I think Infernities are really difficult to play. I figured that out yesterday when I started trying to play the deck. I had no idea what I was doing, and it's pretty much like Teledad. If you make one misplay, you usually lose the game, and that was my problem. Yesterday I was testing against x-sabers. I think especially in the x-saber matchup that they can get the cat so early now. You obviously can't make any mistakes, and I was making mistakes really early on, and I was losing because of that. But now I have a better grasp how to play it. So anyway, then you get to the finals. Billy playing Omar, and like Billy and Dale both said on their YouTube pages, they were just saying that was pretty much Omar's weekend. He had pretty much every answer that he needed, which isn't to say that he's a sack, but it's just to say that he always drew the cards that he needed. But he's still a good player, but he was still drawing really well. So I think when you combine a good player drawing really well, then that's pretty much a YCS win to me. So there wasn't really much Billy could have done differently. Omar just drew well, but he also played the deck perfectly. You can draw really good with Infernities, but if you don't play it right, then your opponent can come back sometimes, So, yeah. I hope you guys, and that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So, I just pretty much want to talk about x-sabers and Infernities because obviously the best X's format. And if any of y'all are going to Nationals, I would definitely suggest that you primarily side for these two decks, obviously. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't really done anything like this before, except maybe once with Jeff Jones' Drain Dad deck, which was a cool deck. But nothing really new happened. It was just Infernities and x-sabers. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me comment below what you thought about this. Hopefully you guys learned something. And that's pretty much it, guys.